Welcome to the Nifty Show. Joel Comm here, along with Riles. And if you have minted any NFTs, odds are you've done it on the Ethereum blockchain, perhaps Solana, maybe the Binance Smart Chain, or maybe our favorite, Wax. But turns out there's a lot of different ways that you can mint NFTs now, and those blockchains are not the only game in town. Isn't that right, sir?
Is it? Are there other chains that you can mint NFTs on?
There are, in fact. So I made a little list a couple weeks ago of the chains I have minted on, and I don't know, there's got to be some others who have minted on as many as I've minted on, but I'm got to be somewhere in the 0.00, something top percent, because I've minted on 22 different chains right now. And I like to play with the toys. So it's like, oh, let's try this chain. What does this one do? And what does this one do?
So I was being goofy a moment ago, but I genuinely did not know that there were 22 different chains you could mint NFTs on.
Well, there's more. I haven't hit them all up yet. I know Cosmos is one that I haven't minted on yet. And I'm sure if I went down the list on CoinGecko.com, I would probably find a bunch of others. So at some point, maybe I'll just intentionally seek them out. But all the ones I've minted on, I minted because the project was interesting, and it just so happens it's on a different chain. So I thought what we would do today is briefly give an overview of 5 of those chains that I've minted on, so you can see the world outside of the standard NFT hubbub, right? Is there an acronym for that? Outside the hubbub, OTH.
Well, and as we do so, I'm curious, as somebody who doesn't necessarily know a lot about different blockchains other than, Wax and Ethereum, what characterizes these other chains, why you might be incentivized or encouraged to launch an NFT project on these other ecosystems?
So that's a great question. One is you believe in the technology, right? Ethereum is super clunky for NFTs. The only reason that everybody uses Ethereum as the default, it's because it was the first to market with smart contracts. And so it was the first one that people minted NFTs on. And you have a lot of cantillionaires. You have these people, lots of people that bought Ethereum when it was, a buck, $10, became very wealthy, and so a lot of money moved into Ethereum. But for NFTs, it sucks because of gas. It's just a ridiculous millions and millions and millions of dollars wasted paying miners for gas. Of course, we discovered the Wax blockchain in 2020, and it had its own standard that was similar to EOS, which is one of the ones we're going to cover today. And we don't pay gas. We've minted over 1.5 million NFTs for all the different projects we've done, and it's probably cost us a few $1,000s in RAM, and that's it for us to mint them, not for the buyer to mint them. So, on a blockchain like Wax, you can sell an NFT for 1 Wax or less, and the buyer doesn't pay any additional fee on top of that. So it's the sad state of where we are, but it's kind of the same reason that people eat at McDonald's, right? It's fast food. It's on every corner. They're all over. And so I guess it's what we do. But that's one of the reasons. The other reason that people would mint or buy on another chain is because it is superior in terms of being able to get the technology out there. It's faster, it costs less, and so or you're just a true believer in the chain. Also, if you're building games as we're doing, you don't want to build them on Ethereum. Takes too long for transactions. You can't move quickly, which is one of the reasons that L2s were created. And we've got games like Gods Unchained that originally sold on Ethereum moved to Immutable X, which is a much
obviously
faster.
Like, there is somebody out there who's listening to this right now, and they're hunched over the wheel of their car as they're listening to this on their commute, and they're just going Polygon, 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 Polygon. So obviously the Ethereum ecosystem sort of had this child system that was designed to address Ethereum's flaws directly, but that's right. Not on the list. So we'll just acknowledge it.
Well, Polygon's another one that's more popular, right? They've signed Disney, sure. They've signed Starbucks. I own Matic myself, and I'm really hopeful that they will do really well. I'm a little nervous about it because they feel like the redheaded, freckle-faced stepchild at Kmart. To me, even OpenSea automatically hides Polygon NFTs because it's so easy to airdrop and spam people and scam them.
Oh.
And so there's some issues surrounding this. You don't do airdrops and spam a bunch of people on Ethereum. It costs you too much in gas. But on Polygon, you can do that. On Wax, you can do that. But you've got marketplaces now that go, this looks like spam, so we're going to automatically hide these NFTs, or we're going to ban this wallet. And of course, that's centralization for you right there. So let's take a look at some of these right here. In fact, the one I discovered most recently was creating an NFT on XRP. Yes, that is the token created by Ripple Labs that is now in the crossfire of the Securities and Exchange Commission. And I'm actually going to try to find the Twitter account. This was from a guy reached out to me on Twitter, and he tagged Bad Crypto, and he said if anybody should be minting these NFTs, it's the guys from Bad Crypto. Well, the project is Yetis, badass Yetis. In fact, I'm gonna pull this one up here on the screen and just show how you get my attention. So somebody tweeted me, and they posted this introducing our badass Yeti NFTs, the perfect match for the boys at Bad Crypto Podcast and the Nifty Show. So I thought, oh, okay, you're coming to me with NFTs, and they look fun. I don't know what they do, but this is a great opportunity for me to get into XRP. So I went to xrp.cafe, and it actually led to the collection itself. Here we go, the Badass Yetis, tribe of legendary creatures from the Himalayas, rocking some serious swag, and you can mint them. And I have minted 3 of them. I don't know what they do. I just love the fact that now I've got some NFTs that look pretty interesting that are on, a different chain. Let's take a look at these guys right here. Here we go. Look at them.
They
they're fun.
sure do look like pretty high quality assets.
They're kind of made for a game. Is what I'm thinking. Somebody's got an offer out on mine for 10 XRP. You can't have my Yeti. It's not going to happen.
Talking about XRP as the place to mint NFTs, in all of these alternative chains that have been trying to say, we're faster, we're more efficient, we don't burn down the planet or what have you. And this is my struggle with exploring alternatives, is I have a hard time functionally telling them apart because they all kind of use the same marketing talking points. We're faster than Ethereum, we're cheaper to operate on, we're easier to use, we're more efficient. What really makes XRP stand out besides badass Yetis?
Actually, I personally would not make the case for XRP because there are those who say Ripple and Ripple Labs is a far more centralized organization. And so, when you've got centralization, the community has less say. Now, I'm speaking from a somewhat uneducated position here. So if somebody's yelling at me because, oh my gosh, you don't know what you're talking about, XRP is not Ripple. I understand that. It is a fast chain, and it was designed for fast payment settlements between banks. But, anywhere somebody can mint NFTs, they find a way to do it. And so that is what's happened with this. It's kind of one of the same reasons with, I would say, purer motives that we now have Bitcoin ordinals, that you can spend a few Satoshis and immortalize, whatever NFT you want on the Bitcoin blockchain, and it lives there forever as an NFT. So I wish I could be clearer than that, but I can't. So I won't. So
I think we're going to call that foreshadowing for this particular podcast episode.
Indeed, we will. Let's take a look at the next one. Again, I got into this L2 just because the product that was on it, and it is the Avalanche chain. The token is AVAX, And this is a much faster chain. Again, it is an EVM, so you add it to your MetaMask as another network on there. You can add. There's a lot of different EVM virtual machine networks, and of course, so you've got Ethereum, but then you've got Polygon, and you've got Avalanche, and Binance Smart Chain, and Go Chain, and the list of chains that work as L2 chains go like that. The reason that I got into it was because Topps made a huge mistake, left Wax, and began minting NFTs on Avalanche. And what's really funny to me is their marketplace has been down now for weeks where you can't buy or sell on it. But because I'm an NFT freak and because I used to collect baseball cards when I was a kid, I bought some packs of baseball cards. I think I still have, I've got a lot of unopened packs right here, a bunch of them. And I've got some bazooka bubblegum packs as well. I may have a problem.
I wish I could say I've seen worse, but I have not seen worse.
Let's just go ahead and open up a as long as we're here, packs are irresistible to me. It's like, it's like click.
I'm trying to
Oh my
find
gosh.
I'm trying to find more information on how Avalanche works and what they're doing differently. And of course, I'm looking at the homepage and it says it's lightning fast, it's scalable, it's reliable. This I
Hey, I
feel
just
like
pulled a super rare. See that right there?
amazing. I've never heard of Mike
900.
Soroka before, but I'm sure
I
that
don't either.
somebody out there would really value that.
Yeah.
I feel like we're running into an issue here. I feel like this is important because it seems like every blockchain that is not Ethereum or an Ethereum layer 2 is giving the same message to everybody. And it's just sort of like there's social proof. They will flex what they have, so they'll flex that they have this many validators and that many active addresses, and they'll say that they're fast and efficient. And there's not like an easy way to show mere plebs like you and me how exactly the technical structure of their chain is superior to all the other options.
Well, and that's why we're exploring these things. Look, it's really interesting if you put people in a room to duke it out and debate why their chain is better than another. That's not what we're doing today. But you
Right.
aren't wrong. You aren't incorrect. I mean, if you ask the people at the Dfinity Foundation, the internet computer is the best blockchain on the face of the earth. I mean, it's right here in their main page. We aim to create a blockchain singularity in which every system and service is rebuilt and reimagined using smart contracts and runs entirely from infinite public blockchain without need for traditional IT. It's a computerless protocol and it runs across all nodes. Anybody can develop on it. It's completely decentralized. And we actually did that. We minted blockchain heroes on the internet computer, and we can actually find them in the marketplace that is offered up here by Tonic Labs. It's the primary marketplace for ICP. That's the token, and we sold packs of Blockchain Heroes cards, and then you can see that many of the different heroes and their different variations are here. Let's go to some. Let's see if I got some of the rare ones on here. Some mythics. Yeah, there we go. They're badass looking cards. And spoiler alert for those of you that bought these NFTs on ICP, we are looking at doing a burn mechanic where you'll be able to burn some of your commons and get something new. So it's a couple months away or so stay tuned for that. But this is also, it's a fast chain and very decentralized, and it has a rabid community. Who wins at the end of the day? I don't know.
Well, the competition is definitely healthy. I would certainly not contest that. But at the same time, I will admit that Dfinity's approach, ICP's approach, is a little bit different because they're sort of describing this desired end state, technological end state that they are working towards, which colors the vision. So it's not just you should use our product right now just because our product is faster and more scalable and more efficient. It's we are trying to go somewhere, and this technology is a step towards that.
Correct. I think that that's a good interpretation, a valid observation. So worth checking out. Tonic.io is the website where you can find out about that. Now, so a couple of years ago, I discovered that you can mint NFTs on Cardano. And just again, because I'm fascinated with it, I'm not a huge Cardano fan. People who are rabid about it, and they will tell you that it is the best chain. Meanwhile, they're sitting around waiting for the coin to actually move. But I did mint. I minted a few of these ADA monsters on there, so I could say, hey, I've got some NFTs on Cardano. And we just discovered today, actually, the marketplace is jpeg.store. And this they claim to be the #1 Cardano NFT marketplace. And so you can get your Zesty Zebras or Boss Cat Rocket Clubs or Aura Mobs, Radioactive Crocs Clubs. Those are the hot ones right now. Who doesn't want a goofy gopher mining club? I don't know. They just seem to be everywhere.
Now, Cardano offers an interesting claim. So they claim to be the first proof of stake blockchain platform to be founded. I'm just quoting their homepage on peer reviewed research and developed through evidence based methods. And they are clearly approaching this more from an engineering perspective, and they are trying to offer messaging to builders rather than I would say decision makers. I'm using this very, very loosely, but there's sort of a distinction between um, I would say the suits that are primarily making business decisions, and they're primarily about business savvy, and the engineers who, while they might be running a business, they are more technology savvy, and they're coming at all of this from two very different angles.
Well, and I think you've just described quite well the founder of Cardano, Charles Hoskinson. He's very much into the technology that they're building here. And if my understanding is correct, you can build chains on Cardano.
So
That's
there
part
could be Cardano layer twos, the same way that
I,
Polygon operates off of
I
Ethereum.
don't quote me on that. I believe that is somewhat accurate in its in what you're saying. The last one that I want to cover is the brother or sister to Wax. Of course, we've minted a lot of NFTs on the Wax blockchain, and if you go to wax.atomichub.io, this is what you're used to seeing. You go to marketplace, and there's all kinds of things for sale there. But what you might not know is that Wax runs on the same protocol as EOS. In fact, without EOS, we never would have had Wax. And if you go up here to where it says Wax and click EOS, this is the EOS logo right here, and then log in with your wallet. I'm logged in here at mine. There is a marketplace, and there are collections on Atomic Hub on the EOS chain. And I've got a few here in my inventory. I've got some Wombat Champs right here. Look at these little guys. Who doesn't want a Wombat Champ? And I've got some EOS gems, some artwork that was created. And I wouldn't say it's the most robust active marketplace, but it is an alternative. And I'm sure there is a community of people that are minting on EOS. And of course, with the Atomic Hub, you can do it just as easily as you do with Wax by simply going to the NFT creator here to create collections and mint your NFTs.
Now, historically, like you've been kind of critical of EOS, and I've gotten that same sentiment from a lot of people that are now operating on Wax over the course of the last couple of years.
Yeah. So that's because Block One, which was the company that hyped up the whole sale and raised $4 billion in an ICO over the period of a year, didn't really do with the money what they said they were going to do with the money. And apparently there was a court ruling against Block One, and they are no longer involved. That that they are no longer a part of it. So there is a resurgence of interest in the hardcore EOS community today that is celebrating and trying to give it a second life. So we'll see. It's an option.
Fair enough. Options are good.
There's a lot more chains that you can mint on. On the next episode, we are going to go a little deeper on Cardano, as we have a guest that is creating a game which has impressed Riles, and that says something.
It says that their heart is in the right place.
Yeah, not easy to do. And also very clever in what they're doing, because they're wanting to onboard people that don't have NFTs as well to get them into the ecosystem. So
where have I heard that before?
I can't imagine. But you're not going to want to miss it. And lots of great stuff coming up in the near future, including the big reveal on Sir Lord Travis Wright's major project that is seeking to disrupt media in general. Right, to I'm not gonna say exactly what it's for, but it's really cool. You guys aren't going to want to miss it. Make sure you're subscribed, click bells if you listen to us. Make sure you're subscribed there. Follow it doesn't, whatever platform you're on. I think on Spotify you follow, on YouTube you subscribe, but you ring the bell to get notified. On YouTube or on iTunes you add the little plus sign. However it is you do it, please do it. If you got a moment and enjoy this content, to leave us a 5-star review, we'd appreciate that. It would make Riles' ears wiggle. Can you wiggle them? You can. Look at that.
If you are one of those people who is still using last.fm, if we are even on last.fm, you can do a thing called scrobbling there. You can scrobble us.
Are we on last.fm?
I don't think so, but
how would we know?
It was just really funny. They call it scrobbling. Look, the subject of what you just took a tangent on is what the action you take on each different platform is called. And on last.fm, you scrobble.
So I actually have some interesting information for you.
Are we on last.fm?
I just went to last.fm and I pulled it up, and here it is, Nifty Show. This one had all the 4 listeners to it over there. So
scrobble us.
Go. How do I scrobble? How do I do this? I want to scrobble now. I got to sign up to scrobble. There's a whole world out here of doing stuff. So, yep, you can go check it out over there. And this is last.fm, and there's the Nifty Show, digital collectible and NFT podcast. So it's a wild, wacky world, friends. We're glad that you're with us for the ride. We'll catch you on the next episode. It's going to be cool. Until then,
keep it nifty.
Looking into the future, what do we see? It's lined with digital collectibles, we call them NFTs. Games, trading cards, digital art, and those crypto kitties. Joel and Riles are the hosts, you'll know. Joel and Riles say this won't blow. They're locked and loaded, so ready, set, go. It's the Nifty, really kind of spiffy. The Nifty.